So last night, we found out that Zach Britton is having surgery on his elbow to remove a bone chip, and he's probably going to be out for several months. And a few people texted me like, Derek, where is your reaction video? And I actually filmed one. I was just too upset to upload it. Let's roll the tape. So the Yankees can't catch a break over these last few years. It's getting ridiculous with the injuries. Zach Britton going to miss a few months with elbow surgery. And even when he comes back, he's going to be coming back from surgery mid-season. I don't know how effective you can expect him to be. I don't think he's going to be the Zach Britton that we've seen over the past few years immediately. It might take him a little while. Hopefully by the time the playoffs come around, he's trusting that elbow and feeling more confident in it. But this is going to have ripple effects that affect the entire pitching staff. First off, Zach Britton is an elite reliever. There's nobody like him on the staff that can take that setup role. There's nobody who throws as many ground balls. They're probably going to have to move Chad Green into that 8th inning setup role. That opens up the middle of the game a little bit more, so now you have to give more important innings to guys like Justin Wilson, Jonathan Loaisiga. You're going to see more crucial innings go to guys like Darren O'Day and Luis Cessa. This also gives the Yankees an opportunity to move one of their starters who doesn't make the rotation into the bullpen. Somebody like Domingo Germán. Domingo Germán is a guy I've been advocating for the bullpen because I think he would be a lights-out reliever, but he looks so good as a starter in his first outing this year. His changeup was absolutely phenomenal. We know about that great curveball. He's got that big fastball. So I really think he might be too good to move to the bullpen, even though he would be a lights-out reliever. Deivi Garcia was really good yesterday in his start. He had 5 strikeouts in 3 shutout innings. He's looking really strong. So while this is a tough blow to the Yankees, it's not necessarily a death blow. They do have a lot of pieces that they could move around to kind of absorb this, but it definitely hurts. Zach Britton is an elite reliever. And, coming back from surgery, he battled COVID this winter, so he didn't get to work as much. I just don't know if he's going to be that effective immediately when he comes back. My hope is that he can kind of work through some growing pains in maybe June and July, and then maybe August, September start rounding into form as he begins to trust that elbow. Fingers crossed, we'll see. So a few other news and notes from yesterday. Gary Sanchez hit another home run, his 3rd of the spring, another monster shot. All reports are that he's just looking incredible this year. Now, let's hope he doesn't turn into a pumpkin once the calendar switches over to April 1st. I think that he's got the power, he's motivated, he's playing for a contract. This could be a big year for Gary Sanchez. I'm still not convinced at his work behind the plate. You can say what you want about him throwing out runners. He does throw out runners. He's got a good arm. I want to see him blocking balls. I also want to see him adjusting to the situation when the games actually matter. I'm not trying to be overly pessimistic on Gary Sanchez. I'm just saying it's spring training. We've seen it in spring training before. Ask Greg Bird a few years ago when he led the major leagues in home runs in spring training, and everybody was saying Greg Bird's going to break out and hit 45 home runs. Ask him how that worked out. April came around, he couldn't hit a fastball. You can't believe everything that you see in spring. However, optimistic signs for Gary Sanchez. Jay Bruce hit another home run yesterday opposite field. I know a lot of people are saying Jay Bruce is going to make the team. I'm still skeptical. I think if he has a good spring, he's going to opt out if there's no Yankees injuries, because I just don't see him getting a lot of playing time. They've still got Frazier out there in left field. They've got Hicks in center field. They've got Judge in right field. Jay Bruce is not better than any of those guys. They've also got Gardner as the 4th outfielder. They've got some other young guys they can play in the outfield, and Duhar, Estevan Florial. I just don't see enough at-bats for Bruce to get into a rhythm as a veteran. If he continues to rake this spring, some team is going to give him a shot, and his agent is going to tell him to opt out. So that's what I think is going to happen with Jay Bruce. A couple of quick notes, because if you've made it this far, you're probably a fan of the podcast. There will be no episode of 643 DP tonight. I know we generally do it on Wednesday, but the game is televised tonight, so I kind of wanted to kick my feet up and enjoy the first night televised game of the year. And I'm not going to be posting as much over the next couple of weeks because I'm preparing for the season. I'm making lots of new graphics and new player reels and things like that. So when the season starts, I've got a bunch of fresh new things And I want to have some really good opening day shows. I actually took the days off. I'm having a little procedure on my wrist for carpal tunnel too, so that's going to affect my work over the next few days. Even I'm going on the IL, man. But I will be actively working on the channel, just not posting quite as much. So feel free to browse some of my back catalog. I've got a bunch of player previews. I've got a bunch of team previews. I've got a bunch of clips from last year, things like that. So feel free to go through my videos. Enjoy yourself. Got a couple of weeks till opening day. I'll see you next time.
If you are new to the channel, here's a rundown of what you'll find here this season. Pre-game shows and post-game reactions from most Yankees games. I also do a podcast, 15 to 20 minutes if it's solo, 30 to 45 if I have a guest. Also prospects, rumors, and breakdowns. And don't miss the Martian Tracker, where I will post periodic updates of the Yankees' #1 prospect, Jason Dominguez, as he makes his way to the major leagues. Please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. I'll see you next time.